Entonces, それでは、bueno, estamos hablando en japonés, ¿no? Todo el tiempo. Bueno, entonces, hoy vamos a invitar al profesor Manabu Sato, es especialista de pedagogía de Japón, profesor emérito de la Facultad de Educación de la Universidad de Tokio, fundador de Asociación Mundial de Investigación Educativa. Es un inventor, creador, un método de trabajo en aulas y ha sido combativo durante últimos 40 años. Desde Japón ha ido a varios países donde hay problemas educativos, problemas de aprendizaje, problemas de violencia, y hay respuestas de muchas comunidades de alumnos, de maestros, de planeadores educativos que han tenido pues buenos resultados en muchas partes. Entonces, nosotros hemos recibido profesor hace como 21 años como profesor visitante. Profesor estuvo 2ヶ月でしたかね. La 3 meses, la primera ocasión. Y en esa ocasión organizamos un simposio de diálogo México-Japón, porque en ese momento en México se discutía de educación, reforma educativa. En México más o menos cada 6 años hay reforma educativa, y así que en ese momento tuvimos un primer contacto del profesor con los especialistas de pedagogía en México. Y después ya en 2 ocasiones tuvimos simposio similar, más o menos cada 10 años. La última fue la presentación del libro que se llama El desafío desde la escuela, que está publicada por el Colegio de México. Este libro está teniendo ciertos efectos en diferentes partes de México, la cosa que al profesor le da mucho gusto, porque también, como resultado de uno de estos simposios, el profesor conoció la doctora Luz María Moreno, que es investigadora del Instituto de Investigaciones Educativas de Universidad Iberoamericana, quien realmente apropió del método, está tratando de difundir su práctica en México. Y profesor y su acompañante, que es el profesor Yoshiko Kitada, también pedagoga, profesora de la Universidad de Saitama, han visitado en una escuela pública en Tlaxcala y va a visitar en Tabasco también una escuela. Así que en ese sentido, pues después de 20 años, como que están arraigando y está empezando a tener algunos resultados. Hoy la profesora nos va a adelantar contenido de un libro próximo. Ya está, parece que en internet pueden acceder, pero se publicará próximamente. Ibero Universidad Iberoamericana va a publicar.
This is the title.
Sí, se llama de Transformación en aula desde dentro, experiencias en México, no, de Japón y países de Asia. Y entonces, profesor, nos van a platicar de este tema. Cedemos. A ver, por favor.
Thank you. Thank you for wonderful interaction and mucho gusto. Me llamo profesor emertito la Universidad de Tokyo. That's okay? Okay. I cannot speak Spanish, so I would like to present by English. Okay? And at first, I would like to express my thanks in a million. Professor Michiko Tanaka invited me 20 years ago as a visiting professor at Colegio. So everything that I remind, it's my beautiful memory for my life. Thank you. Well, I would like to present today reforming schools' vision and practice of school learning community. School learning community is a school reform approach, which invented by me about 35 years ago. Since then, I wired reforming network nationwide in Japan, and also from 2000, the network expanded wings to Asian countries and also the European countries now. Okay, so today I would like to present you what is the SLC, School Learning Community. What is the status quo of global educational crisis? Okay. Well, this is a prolonged school closure. As you know, in the last month, 2019, COVID-19 attack all over the world. This is a total duration of the school closure. Okay, the worst country is India. India is 69 weeks school closure. The second worst is Mexico in the world, 66 weeks. And Brazil, 65 weeks, Indonesia, 64 weeks, United States, 58 weeks, Canada, 51 weeks, and Korea, 39 weeks, Germany, 38 weeks, Australia, 26 weeks, UK, 27 weeks, China, 27 weeks, plus in China, plus 12 weeks in 2022, just after the zero corona policy. Drastic expansion of COVID confirmed cases, okay? And Russia 30 weeks, France 12 weeks, Japan 11 weeks, Iceland 6 weeks. The effect of school closure were quite small for infection. School was the best place for children to keep safe against COVID-19. But the school closure prolonged, okay? Among COVID-19 confirmed cases in US children, 0.1% to 1.9% had led to hospitalization, but mortality rate was much lower, with children representing no more than 0.26% of all COVID-19 deaths. In Japan, 0.03 hospitalization and 0.00 deaths of children. Impact of COVID-19 on Mexican children. Sylvia is, as you know, a professor of Ibero-American University. This is MIT news. Pre-pandemic education in Mexico was unequally distributed. Schmerkes shares the that the past year and a half only added to the inequality, emphasizing the layers in disparities such as technological and economic difficulties. Some regions and families have more access to resources, goods, and services, playing a big part in the current situation. Only about 60% of the students during this time have been able to follow along with remote classes via television or radio. Between May 2020 and May 2021, poverty levels in Mexico increased from 42% to 54% of the population. This is this table displays a global increase of learning poverty. Learning poverty means being unable to read and understand the short and simple text by age 10. Okay, by age 10. Even though the children 10 years old, they cannot. Who cannot read and understand a simple text. Okay? This is the definition of learning poverty. Global rate of learning poverty drastically increased. Before pandemic, 53% of the world's children were learning poverty. After the pandemic, it increased to 63%. This is a regional increase. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this table. And this is a regional table. You can see Latin America, 50% to 80%. Very big, rapid, drastically increase, okay, in Latin America. And South Asia, 53% to 80%. These two areas, the most serious attack by COVID-19 to education. This is a learning poverty in Mexico, 2019. Learning poverty, 48% of children in Mexico at late primary age today are not proficient in reading adjusted for the out-of-school children. Learning deprivation. Large-scale learning assessments of students in Mexico indicate that 47% do not achieve the MPL at the end of primary school, proxied by data from grade 6 in 2019. And benchmark Mexico's learning poverty. Learning poverty in Mexico is 4.6 percentage points lower than the average for Latin America and the Caribbean region, but 18.2% points are higher than the average for upper middle income countries. Okay. In the other side, the fourth industrial revolution accelerating under the COVID-19. The fourth industrial revolution was proposed of the World Economic Forum in 2016. AI and robots, information aggregation, and big data via the Internet of Things. According to the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs 2020, 29% of labor had already been mechanized by AI or robots by 2020. The report predicts that 52% of labor will be mechanized by 2025, just 2 years later. Of course, the previous industrial revolution lost the labors, many much labors, but the previous industrial revolution also produced a new labor market. So the fourth industrial revolution is two, but very different, very different. The previous industrial revolutions deprived of simple labor, okay, simple labor by machine. But in this case, in the industry 4.0, deprived of course, deprived of simple labor market, but also intelligent work of labor market. Okay, this is very different. So, new market of labor is mostly intellectual and higher thinking work than the current one. Okay, this is very different. So 60% of the jobs that 12 years old will be the jobs that don't exist today. Jobs that are more intellectually advanced than today's. So this is the educational responsibility for us. How to teach, educate children for the future labor market. Okay. Damage of children by COVID-19. Children's rights to learn have been deprived, and the quality of learning has been constrained. The learning loss due to the COVID-19 will take 7.3 to 7.9 years to restore the quality of learning. The learning loss has deprived children of $21 trillion of lifelong wage, which counts 17% of global GDP. This is the UNESCO and the UNICEF and the World Bank count. The damage of a pandemic to poor children was 5 times that of normal children. COVID-19 is a natural phenomenon, okay? But the damage is very, very differentiated by the class, race, and economic situation. So, even in Japan, 48% of single mother families were poor, the worst position in the world. Under COVID-19, 67% of the families experienced unemployment and no money, no payment. And nearly 1/3 experienced a day without money and without a single meal. Very, very serious situation in Japanese single mother's family. This is in the other side, okay, ICT education diffused all over the world. The ICT market of education drastically increased. Now, 1,000 Japanese, 1,000 in Japanese, 1兆円. Million. Okay, okay. Current ICT education market, global market, is 5 times of global commerce Okay. Currently, ICT education global market was 5 times of the much more than the global car market. So huge money. So now the education is a big business. It's very radical change. The the global market of ICT is very huge. So in any country, ICT education is national current trend. Okay. Maybe in Mexico too, in Japan too. But the longer a computer is used at school, the lower students perform. This is the PISA result. PISA is the global international achievement test implemented by OECD since 2000, every three times. Okay. This is a PISA result. PISA 2015 report made it clear that the longer computer is used at school, the lower students perform. The upper figure indicates relationship of computer using time to, to the test score of reading literacy, and the lower figure, the relationship of mathematics. Question is why the results are. I suppose the two answers are thinkable. One is that current usage of computer program as teaching tool is wrong. The other is that ICT education is less suitable to inquiry learning in depth than face-to-face collaboration at classrooms. If my interpretation is true, we must re-innovate the mode of computer use, not as a tool of teaching, but as a tool of collaboration. This is another a survey by big data. This is the research result implemented by the McKinsey in 2020. You can see the left side. You can see the left side, okay? This is a student only. This is a teacher student. This is teachers only. This is reading, math, science. And red is damage, okay? The black is effect. Okay? And so, if the best result comes when teachers alone use the device. The worst when students alone use. It's very important data. This data is derived from 340,000 teachers and students of 51 countries. Very, very big data. And this is a regional impact in reading only. This is Asia. This is the EU. This is European, non-EU. This is Latin America. This is Middle East and North Africa and North America. In every region, the computer effect is negative, okay, damage, okay. And also, we can identify the Asia area. Why the Asia area is the most damage by using computer? This is the question, because I have my answer is the teaching style and the learning style in Asian countries. Okay, and in Asian countries, exactly, especially in east and southern part of Asia, the teaching style and the learning style is very, very traditional. If the computer used in the context of the traditional style of teaching, the damage is huge. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I would like to recommend you to read this book. This is a UNESCO report, 2021, Reimaging Our Future Together, a new social contract for education. Okay. this report, okay? Yeah. And this is three books of a series of learning report, okay? And first one is learning. The second report is very, very famous. Learning the Treasure Within. It was published, which was published in 1996. This 1996 report defined learning as learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, learning to be. This is very, very fantastic definition of learning. Multiple learning dimensions. Okay. And this report, 2021, is more innovative. Okay. Education to create a new social contract, new civil society. This is the main issue. Wow, I am very, very astonished. Wow, what is new social contract? The old social contract, as you know, the thinker of the old social contract was Thomas Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes, Leviathan, wrote Leviathan. Leviathan defines a beautiful social contract idea. And also the Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau succeeded Thomas Hobbes' idea of social contract, okay? These two push result in civil revolution in European countries, as you know. So this is a new social contract. What is new? What is new? What is new education for? What is the new education for a new civil society? The report, a new social contract education to observe the global crisis and the crisis of humanity. This report defined the two fundamental crises of human beings. One is the planet crisis, okay, you know, planet crisis. The other is the crisis of humanity. These two fundamental crises we must overcome. Okay. So, global crisis SDGs, crisis of humanity, which includes human dignity, human rights, liberal arts education, equality, and fairness of education. These are the crises, this report. And very, very wonderful idea. We must change pedagogy, to new pedagogy. New pedagogy includes knowledge and education as public good. Every knowledge, every education should be public goods, common goods. Okay. This is a new, very, very new idea because modern pedagogy is basically relied on liberal democracy, liberalism, individualism, okay? But this is based on communal basement. This is very, very different change. So pedagogy of cooperation, pedagogy of collaboration, and pedagogy of solidarity. We must pursue to this idea, okay? New pedagogy for cooperation, collaboration, and solidarity against the crisis of humanity and the crisis of planet crisis. Okay, I will introduce my idea, equitable education and innovation of learning. Introduction of SLC, school learning community, I invented and I promoted. At first, I would like to say all the teachers and the current teachers are very, very different. 21st century style of learning is inquiry and collaboration. As these are the key words. 19th century and the 20th century teachers, teaching profession, okay? And traditional classes established, in any case, a country is 140 years or 150 years ago. Teacher center, questioning, explanation, and writing on blackboard. Okay. But current teacher is very, very different. The 21st century teacher is learning professional. The teachers do not so teaching, but they push and facilitate the student-driven learning. Okay. So, current teachers are responsibility the 3 points. Design the task of learning and to coordinate the collaborative learning and reflection and judgment by observation is learning. So, in the 19th century and the 20th century, teachers were teaching professionals. They worked mainly by mouth. Talk, joke, and joke strategy. It was 40 years ago. I surveyed the teacher talk among 20 countries at the time. It was a social studies lesson. In any countries, 80% of the lesson, teacher talk, 80%. Student talk at just 20%. But currently, very, very different. Teachers, most of teachers do not speak. 80% of the lesson is devoted to the students learning. Okay, collaborative inquiry, very different. Country-wise, teachers in the 21st century are not teaching professionals, but rather learning professionals. They work not by mouth and talk, but ears, listening, eyes, observation, and brain reflective thinking. The main activities of contemporary teachers are not teaching, but design of learning activities, coordination of collaborative inquiry, and reflection on learning. Thus, design, coordination, and reflection are the 3 keystones of professional competencies of current teachers. Okay. This is the starting point. Designing the environment, classroom environment, and the relationship for the 21st century style of learning. Reforming classroom arrangement is a starting point. So I recommend the teachers and the schools. The first step is change the school classroom arrangement. This is a 21st century style. This is a 21st century style. Very different. Okay. And constructing listening relationship at classroom. This is very important. Not talking relationship, but listening relationship. This is very important. Okay. Recommendation to introduce or promote a school and learning community approach, because SLC is representing 21st century model of school reform, deeper learning, and teacher professional development. The first SLC, School Learning Community Approach, is not a recipe, a technique, or even a formula, but as a set of vision, philosophies, and activity system. SLC is not a single approach, but an integrated practice for active, collaborative, and reflective learning, learning-centered lesson study, professional collegiality, school autonomy, and democratization of school society policies in pursuit of realization of human right of learning among all children and professional growth of all teachers. Third, SLC is fundamentally relied on listening relationship. Listening others' voice is the starting point of learning and even a springboard of learning. The listening relation makes the communication dialogic, and dialogue enables learning to be jumping with peers. And fourth, SLC is not a movement, but a network, so that it's decentralized. So we have no boss and no center. Each teacher, each school, and each network are all each centers. Many teachers have asked me, oh, Professor Sato, you are the central leader of the school learning committee reform? No, I am not a boss. You are the center, okay? Your classroom is the center. Your school is the center. This is a new approach, not a movement, but network, okay? This is very important. So we have a powerful domestic relationship of school reform, and even we have a global network of school learning community. These are the three philosophies of school learning community. The first one is public philosophy. The public means openness, okay? Openness to everyone. Openness and collaboration against privatization and tribalism derived from neoliberal ideology. As you know, the most school is isolated, and the most classroom is also isolated. Okay, the wall divided the classroom and the classroom and the classroom. Okay, and you can imagine the primary school. Yeah? In the most cases, the principal is man, and each classroom is teachers are the female. Okay. So the primary school is the pedagogical harem. Each women teacher have one connection to principal. Each one female teacher, each and single connection, and the teachers cannot collaborate. Okay. So primary schools are the pedagogical harem. This is the power relationship within the school. Okay, and in the secondary school and in the high school, you can find many tribes, subject group. Okay, many teachers are divided to subject group. Okay, or the committee group. So high school teachers cannot collaborate with, and the principal cannot integrate with. It's a kind of balkanization. Small countries cannot make alliance. Okay. Okay. These are the serious power relations. micro politics of schooling. Okay. So we must disrupt the walls, divided teachers, okay, and change power politics, micro politics in a school and school administration. Philosophy of democracy, child, teacher, and parents are all protagonists. Protagonist means the main actors of a theater. Okay, protagonist. Each child and each teacher should be a protagonist, main actor in a school. Democracy is not a political procedure, but a way of associated living. This is a definition by John Dewey. John Dewey defined democracy. Democracy is not a political procedure, but democracy is a way of living in diversified society, okay? In diversity. So, democracy is respect for dignity and diversity of individuals. The democracy is constructed within listening pedagogy. Listening relationship makes the democratic relationship. This is very, very important, I think, because in Japan, most people think about democracy is the result of talking relationship, discussion relationship, okay? But we redefine the democracy based on listening relationship, listening others' voice. So, if you visit the SLC schools in Japan, you will astonished that quiet relationship, quiet school and quiet classroom, and they all very, very good listener for to others' voice. So the third is the philosophy of excellence, challenge to the best. This is this excellence does not mean the competitive excellence, but the best, do best philosophy. Challenge to the best, both in teaching and learning. So learning is jumping. This is the democratic feature of SLC. Dignity of each child and each teacher, dignity of learning. Learning communities are so a respect community, and human rights to pursuit of happiness of learning. So learning is jumping. Protagonist, main actor at school and classroom. No child left alone, no teacher alone, no parents alone. Yes. And caring community. School should be, I said, school should be a second home, because many kids have a family. Even the kids have a family, but many kids have not a home. Family and from a very different place. So, school should be a second home for all the children. As professional autonomy based on democratic collegiality, teachers is a learning professional. I will show you one case in the last year. 9 elementary and junior high schools in Kawaguchi cities, Kamine district, the most difficult area in Saitama prefecture, and most difficult area in Japan. Introduced these 9 schools in this area introduced the SLC approach in the last year. This was an area most affected by poverty and loss of learning under COVID-19. The most difficult schools, Kita Junior High School, has 500 students, but for decades, there were 150 incidents of violence against teachers and between students per year. Very, very serious, okay. Students are attacked by violence to teachers, and many, many violent activities among the students. And so teachers are very, very tired, very tired. After the school, they must go to police, and they must go to the home visit to treat or to resolve such kind of problems. And also, with more than 150 students not attending school refusals, and academic standards among the lowest in Japan. It was about 1 year and a half ago. The school introduced my approach, and a year and a half passed since the SAC reform was started altogether. Since the introduction of the reform, every student has become engaged in learning. The number of violence in the school has dropped from 150 to 0. Amazing, okay? And the number of school refusals has plummeted from 150 to 40. And the academic standards have gone from the lowest in Japan to near the national average. And next year, they will exceed the national average. So people say, Professor Sato has a good hand. No, this is very important. I have not a good hand. Okay? Every teacher and every student have their good hand. My strategy is how to depict the such kind of good hands of all the teachers or the students. Okay? Yeah, these are the landscape of the school. Okay, you know, you know. The upper four photos are just after introducing just after 2 months from introducing this approach. The lower 2 photos is 1 year later. The students upper photos, all the students is engaged in learning, but the face is hard, not smile, no smile. But 1 year later, they are beautiful, beautiful. They go to the, they obtain pleasure of learning, pleasure of collaboration, and the pleasure of living. Okay, so they got acquired a hope of them. Okay. What is the secret base of the miracle reform? What we should learn from the case? Why a miracle success? These changes have occurred in almost every school that has introduced learning community reforms. Currently, we have 300 pilot schools and SC network of 3,000 schools nationwide. This count as nearly 10% of all the public schools in Japan. Among all the schools, they have similar or common stories at Kita Junior Secondary School. So people often are okay. This is my strategy for successful SLC reform. Reform is critically important at the beginning. The beginning is very important. Purchase a copy of the reforming school, a small book, very small for all teachers at school, and distribute it to all teachers. This is very important because sharing vision, philosophy, and sharing of research approach is very important. The vision of school, the vision of practice is the first priority of any kind of reform. This is a book. This book is translated into Spanish by Mesa, Professor Mesa. And just now, starting the publishment. Okay. 1 week later, you can download, free download, Reforming Schools, okay, published by the Ibero-American University Press. The second, transform the learning environment from a 19th century classroom to a 21st century classroom and conduct the first group study within 5 minutes of the start of every class. As I mentioned, the difference of 2 types of classrooms. Okay, yeah. This traditional classroom to change this one. Okay. This is a very important starting point. Third, design all classes with sharing task and jumping learning, and introducing the first group work within 5 minutes from the start of the lesson. Sharing learning means the learning at textbook level, normal level, okay? And the jumping task means the advanced level, higher level, at the level of the 1/3 of the students can perform, and 2/3 cannot perform. Okay. This is a very highest level. So I recommend the teachers 2 tasks: sharing task, normal level, textbook level, and also the jumping task, higher level. I will show you the cases of this design after. And all teachers should open their classes to the public at least once a year to build collegiality. This is a landscape of learning through collaboration. You can see, okay, these are the vision and images. And also, this is a landscape of lesson study conferences, school in-house workshop. Teachers at the school observe the one lesson and discuss with it together. Okay. Usually 20 times or 30 times in a year. This time. Okay. This is a brief history of expansion of SLC approach to the many countries. At first, this approach was implemented in the United States and in Mexico. At that time, I was invited by a visiting professor of Colegio. So I had trips many cities and areas in Mexico and visit a school. Okay. And it found first USA and China, and South Korea, USA, Indonesia, and Vietnam, Indonesia, Taiwan, Thailand, UK, Mexico, Thailand, Japan. Okay. These are the brief histories. This is the 10th international conference of SLC. We have the 10th international conference of SLC in March 3 to 5 this year. Amazing is the attendees. 2,000 attendees from 31 countries and regions. This is the largest conference in the world in the last year. The next year, we will have from March 1 to 3, also in Japan, 2024. You can join online. Enjoy. Inquiry and collaboration are the two core features of learning in the 21st century style. Inquiry, it cannot occur without collaboration. One, thinking is capable to do it by oneself. You cannot. Thinking and inquiry very different. Thinking can be implemented by alone because thinking is dialogue with oneself. But the inquiry cannot do by alone because inquiry is integration of different ideas, multiple ideas. So integration. So collaboration needs inquiry needs collaboration, especially a small group collaboration. And collaboration learning is relied on listening pedagogy and the zone of proximal development. ZPD theory. ZPD theory is very famous theory of developmental psychology by Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky is a psychologist in 1930s in Soviet Union, okay? And under the pressure of Stalin, their papers, academic papers and books were prohibited to publish. Okay? They are hidden many years. And since 1960s, the Vygotsky's theory was prevalent to Japan, the USA, and now all over the world. This is his idea of professional development. Okay, each child have two stages of two developmental stages. The first one is this bottom line. This bottom line means the developmental stage of which means each child do understand or perform alone. Okay. If the student is alone, this development level. The upper level is the development level. If the child is helped by others, okay, helped by peers or helped by teachers, and helped by collaboration, and helped by aided tools. Okay, so kids have two stages of development, and so learning occurs between the upper line and the bottom line. Okay. Yeah, this is a very strong idea. Very strong idea. This means that two significant contribution to teaching and learning. The first one, learning do not occur alone, students alone. Learning needs to collaboration with others. This is one. So the second is what is which level is the most effective for the child? Bottom line? No, upper line. Upper line is the most powerful for developing the student. So this is a basic theory for collaborative learning. Okay, so listening relation, exploratory talk, and authenticity are the three keystones for high quality learning. Listening relation, I mentioned already. I mentioned my approach of school learning committee, as you know, is fundamentally relied on learning listening relationship. Listening others' voice is a starting point and or even a springboard of learning. So SLT is a listening pedagogy. Second, exploratory talk. This is another importance for collaborative learning. Once Douglas Barnes is professor of Leeds University in UK. He researched about the talk in a small group collaborative learning situation. And he differentiated his talk two kinds. One is the presentational talk, and the other is exploratory talk. Okay, presentational talk is a presentation. I think A. I think A. My idea is B. Okay, this is a presentational talk. Exploratory talk is a whisper. Okay, sometimes whisper and incomplete sentence. Okay. Wow. What is this? This is an implication. This is a solution. Okay, you can imagine exploratory talk. Among the two, the exploratory talk is significant for collaborative inquiry. It can be a strong vehicle, both for inquiry and collaboration. Okay. The exploratory talk derived from the listening relationship generates dialogic communication of inquiry. Collaborative learning is not talking or learning, but listening to learning. And authentic learning. Authentic learning is discussed by various definitions. Some define it as learning in real context. The other learning for inner truth, and the other deems it to be elaborated high quality learning in reality. Very different. And I regard it was authentic learning is authenticity of the subject, authentic of academic discipline, and in real context. Okay, I will show you some cases of this design. This is the landscape of listening relationship. Okay. A child says, teacher listening, and all the students listening. This relationship is a fundamental base of inquiry and collaboration. We must differentiate the three types of group work. SHE is collaborative learning. The first one is collective learning. Okay, collective learning. I have visited many schools and many classrooms of 32 countries. Okay? And I collaborated with teachers in such huge many teachers. Okay, and so among them, this type of collective learning is implemented just for 4 countries, among the 32 countries. Russia, okay, China, Vietnam, Mexico, and Japan. Why? I searched for the historical roots of this type collective learning. The origin is a STAR 5 years program. You know, the cohort, support, and pioneer. This is the origin. So the characteristics of collective learning in Japan, hangakushu means hand study, is 3 points of the characteristic. 6 members, okay, and group leader, this type of group leader, and conformity in a group. So this type, all the ideas integrate to one idea. Okay, the second, do not practice this style, because if you introduce this style, this collective learning, the achievement diminished, declined. All the according to my data, all the classrooms, all the schools declined achievement. And second, cooperative learning, most widespread in the world and in Japan. This is widespread, especially in the United States. The characteristic points are 3 points: speaking and discussion and tutoring. Okay, this is so talking study. Presentational talk is dominant, and tutoring and teaching. If one child cannot understand, the other, the peer teach. Okay. Teach, tutoring. And role arrangement. 4 members in a group, each child have each role. Okay, you can imagine. This is a method, so it's easy to introduce classroom. So this is very mostly collaborative group work is in the United States is this type, but I cannot recommend this cooperative learning. The problem is 2 points. One is not so effective. Okay. The other point is widening the gap between the top learner and slow learner. Widening. So I cannot recommend this one. And the third one is collaborative learning. Collaborative learning is based on Vygotsky's theory and Dewey's philosophy. Based on Vygotsky theory of development, ZPD I mentioned, and Dewey's philosophy theory of democracy and dialogic communication. And this type, the 3 points are characteristic. One is listening, okay, listening. The other is exploratory talk and learning and jumping. And the former two, collective learning and cooperative learning, is a method. So easily to introduce for teachers. But the third one, collaborative learning, is a theory. This is a theory. So it needs the professional wisdom of teachers. Okay, I will introduce some cases of practice of SLC. This is second grade in a local area of Japanese school. This is a second grade. Subtracting the carry forward. Okay? This is a second grade, so classroom arrangement is usage. The first grade and the second grade are usage. Okay. The third grade and the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and the high school all 4% group. Okay. And this is a second group, so I introduce the U-shape arrangement and pair work, two pair work. Okay. Sharing task. Distributing the cards of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to each pair student. And the task is choose two of these numbers, okay, to make two digit numbers and subtract the smaller number from the larger one. For example, if the kids pick up the two cards, 1 and 3, okay, and there are two kinds of digit numbers, 31 and 13. Okay. So 31 minus 13. Okay, I will show. Okay, if the okay, this is the process. If the teacher student pick up the 3 and 2, 3, 32 minus 2, 23 equal 9. Okay, this is the final state. Okay, and if the kids pick up the 3 cards 3 and 1, 31 minus 13 equal 18. 81 minus 18, 60 to 36 equal 27. 72 minus 27 equal 45. 54 minus 45 equal 9. This is final. Students whisper, whoa. Astonishing, whoa. 9 again. 9 again. This is very, very wonderful design, because if you use the two numbers of among 9 cards, students can try 36 ways of subtraction. Okay. All the carry forward. Okay. So this is a very, very wonderful practice for subtraction. And then it's funny. All the students get enthusiastically involved in this calculation. If the final answer is not 9, oh, what is wrong? What is wrong? Try again. Okay. This is very, very fantastic design of learning. Okay. Yeah. And jumping task. Jumping task is here. Find 3 hidden rules of this calculation. This is jumping task. Hidden rules. The students discuss with each other and found the 3. While all the final answer is 9. All the results are 9 times. Okay, you can see. 9, 80, 63, 27, and 45, and 27. All the results are 9 times number. And the sum of two adjacent number is 9. 1, 8, 9. 2, 7, 9. Okay. 4, 5, 4, 9. So this is very, very wonderful design, I think. Yes. The next one. This is also the second grade mathematics. This is a school learning community in China. In China, many school learning community schools. Okay. Sharing task. How many different ways can you make a 2-digit number using cards 1, 2, and 3? This is the textbook level. Jumping, sharing the task. And jumping task 1. How many ways can A, B, and C line up to take a photo? together. Because, the answer of same task and jumping task is same, same number. So why? They discuss. As a jumping task 2, how many ways are there to choose 2 rides at an amusement park? This is an amusement park ticket. 1 ticket can ride 2 rides. Okay. How many how many cases? This is the jumping task 2nd. This is also grade 4. Grade 4. This is grade 4. And 4th grade, mathematics. Algorithm of multiplication. Challenge task is 145 times 16. Students do not were not taught by one procedure. So they tried 2 stages. Okay, 145 times 10 and 145 times 6 and combined. Okay. After times the teacher to 2 stages integrated 2 stages to 1 stage. Okay. And then the next sharing task 362 times 28 do this calculation 1 stage. Okay. This is a sharing task, textbook level. Okay. And jumping task using number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 once each. Okay. Allot the number to times in order to the number become the maximum. Okay. I was here and I watched the lesson. I was very astonished. Too high for the 4th grade children. Okay. Too high. Wow. I assume no child can perform this highest task. And the group work continued 20 minutes. 1/3 of group performed this hardest work. So teachers asked the group how to perform this very difficult mathematical calculation. The student answered. And 500 is most important. So 100th stage is a lot of 100th stage 5. So this is 5, okay? Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4. How to allot? Okay. This is very complicated. So students think simplify this task. If we use 1, 2, 3, okay, that is 1, 2, 3. Simplify 3 numbers. 21 times 3 equal 63. Okay. 31 times 2 equals 62. So the number 4 is located in this position. Because because in comparison with these numbers, this is more important. So 4 and 3, 2, 1. The answer is 531 times 2, 42. Amazing mathematical reasoning. So the lesson, 500 teachers, neighbor teachers, watched this lesson. All the participants stand up. Okay. After the lesson, I asked the teacher, do you assure any students can perform? He said, no. Oh, why? So highest task you design. His answer is very, very important. They will be enthusiastically involved in this issue, this task, and then they perform basic skills for this kind of calculation. Indeed, every student masters this kind of calculation. All the students, just 30 minutes. So this is a very, very strong effect of jumping task. Some students can perform the task that most of them can, even most of them cannot, but they can perform the basic level of the content. Okay. This is very powerful strategy for raising up the lower achievement students. Yes, this is another case. The sharing task and the jumping task. Practice relay, this is the baton relay, physical education. And practice relay so that the baton is handed over as smoothly and surely as possible. Okay, this is a text level. The normal lesson is this stage. And jumping task in the baton relay, it's not the baton that is being passed, okay? But the speed. So let's practice relaying the baton without losing speed as much as possible, based on the concept of passing on speed. You can imagine the kids learning drastically changed. This is a very, very good good case for presenting the effect of jumping task. This is another case, a science education. Sharing task. Put a grain of dry corn seed. This is a popcorn material. Okay. In the test cubes, and glass tube, heat it with a gas burner. So, and compare the mass before and after heating. Student experiment and compare the mass before making popcorn, popcorn seeds material, and popcorn. Okay. Wow. The popcorn, mass of the popcorn diminished the mass. Why? This is a question. Okay. And jumping task. Why did the mass change? Why did the small hard seeds change into popcorn? Let's illustrate these changes with a diagram. So students repeated the experiment and discovered that a slight white gas was produced when the corn seed turned into popcorn, and that there were minuscule droplets of water in the test tube. Maybe, wow. They then discovered and illustrated that popcorn is formed by the explosive force of the water in the seed as it turns into water vapor. This is very, very authentic learning in science, because authentic learning of authentic thinking of scientific inquiry is from observation in detail, visible phenomena, from visible phenomena to invisible rule. Rule our explanation model, making an explanation model. Visible phenomena to, from visible phenomena to invisible, making explanation model. So this I was very impressed with this lesson. Oh, this is authentic scientific inquiry. The next one. This school introduced a SLC approach in this year, April. This school is very, very difficult school. Very, very difficult school. School violence and classroom collapse of the class. No teachers can not teach, okay? Because some students escape from the classroom and so on. So as a result, the achievement test score is very low. Some of 5 subject test score below 100. Each subject 20 points, 20 points, 20 points below. Such kinds of low achievement students are the more than half of the class. So very difficult. I was very astonished that this is a young female teacher. Just 2 months later, introducing a self-learning approach, she designed this kind of higher level of learning task. Okay, do this one. Because root 5 times 7 plus 1. What? Yes, 6, 5, okay. Root 8 times 10 plus 1, 9. Root 34 times 36 plus 1. Students cannot do. Okay. They were taught prime factor decomposition way. So they tried this way and answer 35. This is 35. But 2 students and me also have a different approach to this task. Okay. Do 5 times 7 plus 1 equals 6. 6 is a middle number of 5 and 7. And do 8 times 10 plus 1 equals 9. 9 is the middle number between 8 and 10. Okay, so root 34 times 36 plus 1 equals 35, because 35 is a middle number between 34 and 36. One student answered this time, and the other student said, my approach is different. My approach is 1 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6. 8 plus 1, 9. 34 plus 1, 35. Okay. Then this is the method. Very, very good teaching. The teacher feedback, the group. Why these two approaches are correct? They discuss about it. So this place, hidden structure. N times N plus 2 plus 1 equal N plus 1. This okay. So the middle number and both approaches are correct. And then jumping class. Root 146 times 151 plus 1. This is the same question, similar question. So the answer is 150. The second difficult. Root 200 times 204 plus 4. The third, root 350 times 400 plus 25. Teachers are small group, students in small groups, very, very strongly engaged in this task and find out. The second is 202. The third is 309. Why? Okay, they discuss. And the final jumping task is this. Whoa. It's a midview. You know the midview, the sweet midview. But like a Baumkuchen. So midview problem. The inside, the center, the same. This is the 150. Okay? So 148 times 150 plus 1. So this is 150 as far 49. 147 times 149 plus 1. So this is 148. So 146 times 148 plus 1. So this is 147. And so 145 times 147 plus 1. So the final answer is 146. Okay. Just 5 minutes because the time is tight. But I was very astonished. These students are low achievement students, most of it. But most students can perform this. Why? My question is why? This is another case of authentic learning. Authentic mathematical reasoning is 3 stages. One stage is find out theなんて言えばいい日本語で使えるようにそう倉さんなんて言った同じパターンWell, the first is cognition of patterns. And the second stage is abstracting the rule in the patterns. Okay. And the third stage is using the rules, application. Okay. So application. So the pattern cognition, abstracting rules, and application of the rule. Okay. 3 stages. This is the authentic mathematical reasoning style. Okay. Feedback that these tasks, all the questions, all the tasks are using this thinking style of authentic mathematical reasoning. So all the students are very, very involved in authentic mathematical reasoning. So it is very, very attractive for students to master mathematics. Okay. This is a secret, I think. Well, next. Teachers cannot learn and develop alone. He and she or she needs associate, consociate, and mentor or professional community for his or her development. Professional community is constructed not by evidence-based practice, but by collaborative inquiry of professional wisdom among teachers with sharing common vision, common philosophy, common strategy. If professional communities of teachers are networked, it facilitates professional learning beyond school, region, and national borders. Innovation and network are the 2 keystones for current school reform. Conclusion. The keys to innovation of learning are listening relation, exploratory talk, learning as jumping, and authentic learning. It is necessary to develop a caring community and to further promote inquiry with collaborative learning in pursuit of authentic learning. SLC is not a recipe nor method, but a set of vision, a philosophy, and activity system. Third, SLC approach is not an improvement, but a revolution. In other words, disruptive innovation, creative destruction. So this is very hard, but it's very successful. And teachers need to be provided with more opportunities to learn. Learning teachers only are blessed with the happiness of their profession. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes. So if you have any ¿en qué idioma? Mejor en inglés, ¿verdad? If you have any question, in the comment. No? Please, could you tell your name and...
My name is Jaime Eduardo. I'm coming from the SEP, Secretaría de Educación Pública.
Okay.
What is the key to design a task and jumping task? Is there a secret? How can we design?
Okay. By introducing the social approach, most of the teachers asked to me how to design sharing task and how to design jumping task, especially jumping task. Because all the teachers are trained to teach textbook, okay, just a textbook. So they can do make the worksheet of the textbook level. This is the sharing task level, but they do not develop or taught how to design jumping task. So this is very serious problem of current teacher preparation. Just textbook level. So they have no autonomy of their practice. They have no freedom and creative work of teaching. This is a problem. So, but it's at first the beginning age of the SLC approach, I was afraid of the of that, and most teachers hated SLC approach because of the difficulty of jumping tasks. But reality very different, because most of the students are very, very welcome jumping tasks. So teachers are promoted to do design jumping tasks. So no teachers denied the task of designing jumping tasks. Okay, but it's very difficult, also difficult. So in mathematical teaching, it's easy. If the teacher is a second grade teacher, I recommend you to design the jumping task at the third grade textbook from the third grade. If the third grade teacher, the jumping task should can be cited from the fourth grade mathematics textbook. It's easy, and you can search for many wonderful tasks by internet. Using internet, you can find many attractive learning tasks. Okay, this is, and sometimes I recommend you the teachers to survey entrance exam test. They have many wonderful test problems. Okay, test tasks. So this is my answer, and I recommend the teachers, if you teach history, you should learn by authentic text, authentic book, not just textbook, but authentic academic study, current study about the historical issue. If you teach the mathematics, I recommend you authentic mathematical book. And teachers must brush up their professional knowledge and the content knowledge. This is the base for designing jumping task. So jumping task is very powerful power to develop professionality of professionalism of teachers. Okay.
¿Alguna otra pregunta? Sí, por favor.
Thank you for your lecture, Professor Santo. I have two questions.
Okay.
Your name, please, first. Your name.
My name. I'm sorry. My name is Berthem from the center, and I'm studying in the Japanese studies.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. My first question is that this method can be applied. Do you think that this method can be applied to adult educations? The second is that we can apply this method for foreign languages teaching.
Yeah. Okay. The first foreign language education and what?
Foreign language education and adult education.
Art education.
Adult.
Okay. Yeah. Adult education. Art education.
Yes.
Adult. Okay. Art. And first English foreign language education. This is in Japanese context. English education very problematic. Very problem. Just in Japan, the Asian country. For example, in China, 3 times more, much more times in comparison with Japan. English lessons are implemented 3 times much more. And from the first grade in primary school. But no effect. No effect. If you go to China and you catch up the student, university student, or the young generation people, you ask by English, no one can speak, no one can understand English. Okay, this is a very, very serious problem in Japan too, in Korea too, and in Vietnam too, in Taiwan too, and because 2 reasons. One is the method is wrong. The main method is memorial method. Training, and memorial. And because in Japan, in human beings, memorial effect is very short term. 6 months or the at the longest is 1 year. Even though the students learn many vocabulary words and many sentence structures, 1 year later, they almost forgot. Okay. This is the problem. And the second problem is the textbook. The textbook's English is not authentic. In China, the Chinese language, Chinese text is translated to English. In Japan, Japanese translated to English. So it's not authentic. Very different to English. I use a metaphor of music. If you listen crazy music, wrong scale of music, whoa. It's the result is terrible. So these 2 problems. One is memorial method, and the other is not authentic text. So I recommend essential schools in Asian countries, in Japan, in China, and in Korea, and also as a sharing task using a text. And the jumping task are using the authentic text. Authentic text means written by the authentic writer. Okay. Newspaper okay, and TV anime okay. Cinema okay. Yeah. It's very, very effective. Very effective. This is my reason to use how to design jumping task and sharing task and jumping task in foreign language education. I have no experience in adult education. You can not adult. Okay, I'm confused. Adult education. I have no experience of adult education, but I have taught many years for the past for nearly 40 years to teaching students, university students at the university level. I also applied this SLC approach even in the class at the university. Very, very effective. Okay, thanks.
¿Hay alguna otra pregunta? Por favor, Sergio.
Yes, Sergio Hernandez from the History and History Institute. Yeah, you have many experience in the case of Mexico. You have visited many schools, but in different contexts, social and economic.
Okay.
Yeah, but also you have many experience in many countries. How could how do you evaluate your methods in different contexts and in different countries? Do you have a conclusion about your method visiting all these countries?
Okay, it's a very, very good question. Context matter is very most important. Even though the SCGAP is a common vision and common philosophy and common activity system, but the practice, teacher practice is very, very different in different contexts. SCG approach in Japan, and the SCG approach in Indonesia, and the SCG approach in Thailand, and the SCG approach in China, very different. So, how to explain the difference of such kind of very diversity of social and historical and cultural background? I cannot explain the difference in the short time. It needs 2 hours or 3 hours. In comparison with Mexico, okay, it was 20 years ago. Many schools introduced SL approach in Mexico. Very different in Japan and Mexico. In Japan, the SLC approach starts at the classroom, okay? From classroom to school, okay? And community, and then community. And in Mexico, 20 years ago, the context, community and school impromptu, simultaneously started. Okay. So the school building the school community is deeply combined with deconstruct the local community. So and then classroom community changed. So in Mexican context, I learned so much. School and community connection, our relationship between school and the community is very, very important in Mexico. And also, I learned in comparison with Japan and Mexico. In Japan, and classroom or making the learning community at classrooms is easy, but the making the school totally change the very difficult and also more difficult to combine the school learning community and school after learning community at school and making a new community in the local area. Okay, very different. It's my answer. Okay. Yeah.
¿Hay alguna otra pregunta?
In China, more political matter, political context. It's more complicated, more complicated.
¿Alguna otra pregunta? Bueno, estamos ya a punto de cumplimos. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I think it will be the last time you are coming every year, so we will have a series of conversations, and we'll have probably a opportunity to listen your opinion about current Mexican experiences in future, because now new projects are started, and so we'll have we'll have a hope to listen good news soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Because I presented